Alright guys, welcome to the Player's Handbook, and today is going to be the first of the Total War Battle Report. So we're at the 15-point level, and me and Joe have decided to play, so it's going to be Cygnar versus Legion. So Joe, just for the people that may have not seen the first video, go over what you got here.
We've got full unit of Legionnaires, full pot, Spell Martyr, Harrier, Angel, and Eval at the helm. Might be... Legion's always, their strength is their beasts, but I am trying to keep this in tier all the way up through 50 points to tier 4, and that's the reason for this here. We'll see how it goes.
Alright, and then I'll hand Joe the camera, and we'll go over my list. It's just for the guys that didn't see: P Striker, Old Rowdy, Lancer, Gun Mages. That's it, and we'll film round 1 and we'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, Cygnar turn 1, pretty simple. Allocated 1 focus to the Lancer. Kept 5 on Striker. Lancer activated, ran to there. Striker activated, cast Arcane Shield on himself. Blur on the Arcane Tempest Gun Mages. Set on 1 focus, declared a charge to the Spell Martyr, and failed obviously. Rowdy activated, ran for free into base-to-base with Striker. And the Gun Mages, you guessed it, ran. So then it was Joe's turn. And what did you do this turn, Joe?
Had a little more to do on Legion's side. Started with advanced move of the Spell Martyr from the 10, moved up 6, part of a tier benefit. Spell Martyr ran to get close to Striker. That Spell Martyr's not there anymore. We'll take it away in a moment. Legionnaires advanced, self-sacrificing themselves, killed 3 Legionnaires to fuel the pot. Pot moved up, spawned a Harrier, which ran into base-to-base with the Lancer, try to gum up the Arc Node there. This Harrier ran to get cover, to hopefully give it some defense against those Gun Mages. The Angel is here, just moved up, wanting to stay outside of range or line of sight. Hopefully you're 3 inches deep in the woods there. Val moved up, cast Obliteration through her Arc Node at Striker, hitting, but doing a whopping 3 points of damage, fully boosted. And that's turn 1.
Alright guys, so Cygnar turn 2, allocated 1 focus to the Lancer, kept 5 on Striker, and kept Arcane Shield. Let Blur expire. So Striker had 4, and Lancer had 1. We started by activating Striker. He activated the Lancer first, I'm sorry.
Yep.
He ran out of melee, took the free strike, but rolled terrible on damage, so no damage. Ran up to here, right in front of the line. Then activated Striker. First thing Striker did was cast an Earthquake through the node. We targeted the Legionnaire. He was right here, he's dead now. Knocked down a huge portion of the troops here. After that, Striker declared a charge to the Harrier. Hit with the charge attack, did 6 points.
Sounds right.
After that was done, he bought another attack, missed, and popped his feet. Old Rowdy activated and charged the Harrier, was able to get in base-to-base with Striker for the buffs. He killed the crap out of the Harrier. Surprise, surprise. Gun Mages activated, moved up. Took some pot shots here, killed 2 Gaffers and a Legionnaire. So that was me, guys. We'll be back with Joe's turn 2 here in a second. Alright guys, back with Legion turn 2 and Joe.
Alright guys, if you remember, these guys are kind of bunched up here. Everybody was knocked down, stood up and sacrificed their action, so they were still able to move. Legionnaires moved up to get around this Lancer here. Gaffers moved up because he killed some of my guys on the last turn. The pot was full, so Gaffers moved up, spawned a Harrier, who then charged, True Strike and charged a Gun Mage, and then sprinted to gum up 2 more. This Harrier over here did the same thing to a Gun Mage here. True Strike, charge attack, got through the armor despite the feet, because these guys are kind of squishy. Sprinted over here to gum up Striker. Val was kind of behind the woods, couldn't do a lot. I thought about using this as an Arc Node, but then I'd be sitting still, maybe throw an Oblit out there. Didn't work too well. So I just moved her on around. Actually, I stood her there, cast Stealth and Admonition on this one guy, because I forgot that it was one model, not a unit. She moved around here, cast Refuge on the Angel, and we're going to get to that here in just a second. Angel charges the Lancer, who has set defense, so it's +2, need a 9, boosted, missed. Buy an attack, boost, because I've got to hit to get for Refuge to kick in, and missed again. So now my Angel's sitting there saying, eat me.
Alright guys, so that was Legion turn 2. We'll be back with Cygnar turn 3. Guys, we're back with Cygnar turn 3, and it was full of hilarity. And so here's what happened. Striker got his 6, kept Arcane Shield, sat on 5. We started by activating Rowdy, who just advanced over to the Harrier that was gumming up my gun mages, as Joe likes to say, and he Hulk smashed it. I then activated the gun mages. So I advanced them up, and I'm going to let Joe tell you about what happened. We're going to show you.
Okay, I was really excited because if you remember, I was a fool and cast admonition on just this model. Well, that kind of worked to my favor. He moved within 6. I said, oh, I'm going to do admonition. So I walk on up. Legionnaire has reach. I gum up these 2 sword or gun mages. No problem. Cover, melee, defense 20. This lone gun mage, who is the deadest shot I've ever seen, runs on up and says, I'm going to just take a shot. I need boxcars. Not only does he need boxcars, Bridge calls it. What comes up, boxcars, dead Legionnaire. But I did get a token from a pot. So that was pretty cool.
It was pretty great. After that, we tried the two-man CRA order from the leader. We targeted a gaffer, had stealth, so it missed, deviated back to hit nothing. The last guy took a shot at the Legionnaire, missed, and then hit the Lancer and did about 2 points to him. Striker activated, took the free strike, which missed, walked around to being base-to-base with old Rowdy, took a shot at the Harrier, which missed, and decided to sit on his focus because I'm within charge range of a big nasty. So that was Cygnar turn 3, guys.
Alright guys, this turn started with the Harrier casting his Animus on himself, or activating his Animus Repulse, push the Lancer back, charge, boost the hit because he defense 15 because of set defense, hits, did 10 damage, 10, 11, something like that, 10 damage. So I took something out.
The Cortex.
Took his Cortex out, so at least that's something. Refuge was upkept, flies back into the woods, looking for cover from the mages and from even Striker and his spells. Had a bit of bad luck after that. I made an activation error here. I moved the gaffers up and then realized after I decided to activate them that I didn't have enough blood tokens on the pot. Idea was going to be to put a Harrier and go, but I didn't do it. So this was horrible. Then I decided to attack myself with the gaffers. 2 of them said, nope, not killing my buddies. We only killed 1 of them, which ended up being fortunate because then we got something off over here in Oblit. So we fueled the pot here. Did a CRA over here with the Legionnaires, rolled to hit, rolled 4 on damage, which was what it was minus. So that wasn't too good at all. Val decided to scooch on up here in the woods. Also the 1 Legionnaire held off and killed his buddy. Now I do have 3 on the pot, so next time we'll go ahead and spawn something if we're still around. Val inched up into the woods, tried to stay 3 in deep so the mages can't see her. Shot the pot in the back with her Arc Node Oraculi. We oblitted these guys and missed because they're insane defense behind the cover. Got a pretty good scatter, did a little bit of damage to my Harrier, none to Striker, he's armor 23 or something like that. But we did kill 2 more gun mages, which now have to test.
Alright guys, so we will be back with Cygnar turn 4. Alright guys, back with Cygnar turn 4. I feel like at this point I do want to say, me and Joe are definitely having a blast playing this game. This is probably the most fun 15-point game I've ever played.
And the longest.
Yeah, and the longest. The old Rowdy has been playing whack-a-mole with Harriers, and it's, Alright, so Striker got his focus, upkept Arcane Shield. Activated the Lancer first. He took a couple swings on Legionnaires. He missed once and didn't roll high enough to kill once. Old Rowdy walks up to a Harrier. Guess what he did? He whacked it.
He's what, dice plus 6?
Dice plus 6, yeah. He's killed a Harrier every turn of the game, just saying. Striker activated last. Gun Mages took the combined range attack order. He upkept stealth from these, so I missed deviation, but did kill a gaffer. And then Striker walked around and tried to cast Arcane Blast on the middle gaffer as well. Missed because of stealth, deviated onto the Angelius randomly and did no damage. So pretty uneventful turn this time. We'll see if Joe can get me. Let's go.
Alright guys, gaffers moved up, spawned a Harrier which took out this gun mage, flew on over to gum up Striker. Did a CRA here, did maybe a point or 2 of damage to the Lancer, nothing big. Angel, we had upkept Refuge. Val had to cut for 3, by the way. We upkept Refuge. Angel charges the Lancer. Boost the hit. Did a ton of damage. 20 damage or something like that with the armor-piercing attack. Refuge back. Val comes out of the woods. Shoots the pot in the back. Misses. Bought an attack because it's ROF 3. Hits. No damage. Cast ammunition on the Harrier. And sat on 2, and that's turn.
Alright guys, be back with the next Cygnar turn. The Cygnar forces are definitely dwindling. Alright guys, so next Cygnar turn, pretty quick and simple. Gun Mage tried to move back, took 2 free strikes, 1 missed, died from the other. Rowdy walked over, punked 2 Legionnaires. Striker activated, took a few attacks on the Harrier, then realized my flaw of I wouldn't be able to move afterwards and he wasn't in base with Rowdy, so decided to sit on 3, so I've got +6 armor. We'll see if Joe can bring me down this turn.
Alright guys, activation was important, so we did the gaffers first. They just kind of walked over, had 3 on the pot, went ahead and spawned the Stinger, just placed him there for reserve use. Remembered about Rowdy's counter charge, so I moved the Legionnaires up. They charged and got in the way of Rowdy's line of sight. Charged Striker missed because he's defense 16. Harrier cast True Strike, just kind of moved around, boosted the attack, did 1 damage, Fox? I think I did 1 damage to Striker. Stinger then charged, stayed outside of Striker's melee range, missed the attack, bought an attack, missed again. Angel did pretty well again, charged Rowdy over here, again kind of stayed over here, worried about counter charge, but I forgot you can't use it if you're engaged anyway. Did a pretty decent amount of damage to Rowdy, took out his Quake Hammer, refuged on back. Val shot the pot, placed Admonition on the Stinger in case he moves in case he tries to kill him, and then cast Icy Grip and boosted it on Striker, so he'll be a little easier to hit this turn, except that I have a feeling that Rowdy's going to move around and give him +2 defense back. And that's you.
Alright, I'm also going to bring up here that we went through and read Admonition again, and it is target model in this model's battle group, which means the Legionnaire shenanigans earlier wouldn't have actually worked out the way they worked out. Just wanted to point out that we caught that. We're not just terrible people.
But the box cards made up for it.
It did. The dice took care of that problem. Alright, we'll be back. So this turn, got my focus, upkept Arcane Shield, allocated 1 to Rowdy. Rowdy activated, trampled over the Legionnaires up to the Angelius, killing both of them. And then Striker took 2 free strikes and ran in base-to-base with Rowdy, taking no damage from 1 free strike, and the other free strike missed.
Alright guys, started off with the Angel repulsing. These guys were right on top of them. We repulsed 3 inches back. Cleared up some charge lanes over here. We charged Striker with the Harrier, did True Strike. I'm not even sure if he did any damage because he's at armor really high right now. The Stinger also charged from back here, actually hit, did a little bit of damage because he's dice -10 or something like that, but the Stinger does get 4d6 on the charge because of poison. Now his body's shot. This unit's just cracking me up this game. These guys moved over here, these guys attacked each other, last man standing, fueled the pot for that last blood token, spawned another Stinger, got him charge and boost on Striker there, and did a little bit of damage, so his body is now shot. Angel, by the way, refuged over here. Val moved around, cast some spells, Admonition, stealth on herself, and that's my turn.
Alright guys, so Striker got his focus, upkept Arcane Shield. He took 4 free strikes resulting in no damage and ran up into base-to-base with Veil. Old Rowdy walked over to the Admonition Stinger and he moved 3 inches. And that was it guys, game's finally over. Joe, how'd you do it?
Alright, Val actually ended it for us. She reaved all the fury. There was a Stinger over here that failed. Actually put a little bit of damage on Rowdy over there. Val then activated, put 1 to heal the Stinger over here just in case because he had destroyed his body last turn. Val feed it, cast Purification for free, put some different things around Refuge, Admonition, made a mistake, should have put Admonition here but put it here, didn't matter. She then recast her free Icy Grip on Striker, boosted the hit. And then she did her free Oblit, boosted the hit, didn't want to take chances, boosted the damage, did 7 damage, he had 6 left, and that was game. The Purification was key, getting rid of Arcane Shield.
I guess we're back with our models. I guess we're back with models of the match. I'm going to go first because that's what I do. Mine was old Rowdy, simply because he played whack-a-mole with Lesters all game, and it was pretty hilarious. Every time he hit one, he killed it, and it was funny. He also kept Striker alive. I find that Striker is a lot more survivable than most people give him credit for, and not just because of the feat. 5 focus and Arcane Shield, he's armor 23, and that's, you don't realize how hard that is to kill till you're trying to do it. And Joe's was
it was definitely the Gore Pot. A lot of people I think underestimate it, but I really enjoy it. Thinking about adding it to my Callus list as well. These 2 Stingers came out. We started with 1 Harrier, and I spawned at least 2 more. For some reason, I'm thinking that would give me 1, 2, 4. I'm thinking we spawned 5 different lessers in this game. We didn't really keep track, but it was a ton of lessers that came out of that pot, and just helped me to keep him back on his heels. He had to deal with them. A lot of times I gummed up Striker with him, and then the stingers at the end started putting some damage on Striker with poison. Was pretty cool. Striker's definitely a hard nut to crack. People, like Richard said, don't give him enough credit. I think it took a combination of 6 hits on him or 7 hits on him or something like that to actually finally get him. So he's a tough nut.
Yeah. And you know that was a hard game. Like, I'll be interested to play again at a higher point level, obviously. The big thing was this was actually like a 15 versus a 25 point army, if you want to get really technical about it, because of all the beasts you summoned.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, considering everything and just that I'm learning the Cygnar, I think I didn't do bad. I think I'm doing pretty well. And I definitely like my 15. I can't wait to go to 25, and I can't wait to go to 35. Big things and all. But guys, we had a really good game. That was the longest 15-point game either of us have ever played. Hope you enjoyed it, and keep posted for more Total War.